friends! My name is Shayla and today I am here to wrap up the first half of my reading month for you. So today we're going to talk about all the books that I've read in the first half of the month and what I thought about them, because even though my reading has slowed down, I still read quite a bit. So I want to take some time to discuss them, which is why I usually break this into 2 parts every month. So I will leave my wrap-ups playlist for you down below if you're interested in seeing what else I've read this year. So let's just go ahead and dig right in to what I've read so far in June. I've been very pleased with everything I've read so far in the month of June, and I am super excited to talk to you about them. I'm going to go to my Goodreads list because I review everything on Goodreads that I read and go from there so I don't miss anything. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Orange Volume 2 by Ichigo Takano. This completed the story in the series. I've done a full review on this, so I will leave that linked for you as well so you can go and check that out. It is absolutely fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. If you have not yet checked out this manga, you need to. It needs to be in your life. Next up is The Chopped Gem by Emily Gibson. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. The author was nice enough to send it to me for review, and I really enjoyed this read. It was very unique. It was very family-based, lots of family secrets, everything tied together, and it was a quick read. It was really engaging. It was really fun. The way this one felt, it was like what I wanted from The Nest, even though I was super disappointed in The Nest. It was something like this that I was hoping and wanting. So I highly suggest you pick out The Chopped Gem by Emily Gibson. I did end up giving this one 4 stars. Next, I read Hot Mess by Madeline Rosenberg, and this was very much a romance story. I did enjoy it. It was fairly predictable. It didn't throw too many twists and turns at me, but it was still very enjoyable. I did enjoy this read, and I gave it 4 stars. Next up is The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani Chotsky. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's as close as it's gonna get, people. This book is a Hades and Persephone retelling, and it was absolutely beautiful and stunning. I really enjoyed the author's writing and the way the story played out. I loved our main character. Maya is so strong and so independent and makes decisions for herself, for the good or for the bad, and I absolutely enjoyed this read. If you have not read it yet, I highly suggest picking it up. Next up, I read Soloist by Gail Carriger. Now, this was a really fun book that I buddy read with my friend April Sarah over on her channel, which I will leave linked for you as well. April's a doll, go check her out. But this book was so funny. It was so witty and so charismatic, and you just fall in love with the world immediately, and you fall in love with the banter. For those of you who liked The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson, you would like this series by Gail Carriger. The wit is very much the same as Wayne. That's what it reminded me of, at least. And I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. So I highly suggest you pick up Solace by Gail Carriger. April and I are going to be continuing buddy reading this series. We're going to start the next book on Monday, and we are both absolutely stoked about it. Next up is Genesis Girl by Jennifer Bardsley. This book was absolutely fantastic. It took me by surprise in so many different ways. Jennifer Bardsley's writing is absolutely engaging. You want to know what's happening with the characters, why you want to fill in all the blanks. It really is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. I absolutely adored it, and I certainly hope you guys will check out this book. I mean, our main character, Blanca, is what they call a Vestal. And a Vestal is somebody who's not been touched by technology whatsoever. They've never had their photo taken, they're nowhere on the internet, and that's what a Vestal is. So Blanca is a Vestal, and what happens to Vestals is they end up getting sold off for high amounts of money to companies, to represent them, all those kind of things. And what happens to Blanca is she is sold off for the highest amount of money that the Vestals have ever received for one particular Vestal, or Vestal. and things just kind of blow up and go off from there. The story is very different than I was expecting, but it was a very pleasant surprise. Definitely go and check out Genesis Girl. I will have a full review on Genesis Girl coming up next week on Monday, so go ahead and look out for that. Next up, I read The Midnight Society by Rhonda Sermon. Now, this is a time-traveling book, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. I ended up giving this book 4 stars, and it was a really fun, really engaging read. There's kind of like this love square going on, so do be aware of that. But it was absolutely engaging. Again, I loved our characters that we got to meet, and I'm so excited for the next installment in this series. Rhonda Sermon herself was kind enough to send me a copy, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So go ahead and check out Midnight Society by Rhonda Sermon, especially if you like anything with time travel aspects, because this time travel is aspects of science and magic put together, and so I really thoroughly enjoyed it, so I suggest you pick it up. So guys, those are all the books I've read in the first half of the month. I certainly hope that you enjoy checking out these books, because I would recommend all of them. I mean, I didn't rate anything below 4 stars so far this month, so that says a lot for me because it's been a pretty decent reading month, and I've really enjoyed everything I've read. So go and check these books out. Again, check out April Sarah's channel because she's a doll and you'll love her. And I will talk to you guys on Monday with my review of Genesis Girl. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.